Hi, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. And if you've already subscribed, thank you so much and welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about some mistakes that I've made. And actually, let's not call them mistakes. Let's call them regrets that I have about some of the choices I've made so far. Oh, and there's also going to be, if you stay till the end, you'll see some bloopers. I thought you might get a kick out of that. So let's get into it. Oh, did I say, yeah, I'm coming to you from a new location because I'm in Mendoza now. And I'm also going to bring you great content from there. Had a wonderful morning. I can't wait to show you that. It's just spectacular. Anyway, moving on to today's topic. The first one was booking Delta Comfort Plus for my flight from Tucson to Atlanta. I don't mind being in economy for a short flight like that. It was only 4 hours or so. But I booked it with my long haul flight and I got a good deal. So I took it. But if I was just booking Comfort Plus, I wouldn't probably do it again because I didn't find it was worth it. It didn't seem like it was any kind of upgrade from economy at all. So that's just my opinion. Some people may disagree. But the Premium Select for the 10-hour flight from Atlanta to Buenos Aires was definitely worth it. The drinks and food was fantastic. I was able to sleep. It was very comfortable. They cleaned the bathrooms all the time. I don't know if they did the whole plane or not, but they certainly did in my area. And getting an amenity bag was kind of nice. So that was worth it. But Comfort Plus, meh. The other thing that I did, because my only other option was, well, my two options were a 10-hour layover in Atlanta or a 2-hour layover. And I didn't want to take any chances with the 2-hour layover and miss my flight. And honestly, if I had done that, I think I would have missed my flight. It took, I think, over an hour to get through the airport and catch the bus to the international side in Atlanta. It took a long time to get there. I probably would have missed my flight. So I'm glad I did the 10-hour layover. I thought at first I'll just stay in the airport and I'll be fine. You only get the lounge access for like 3 hours, so before your flight. So that's not real helpful. But I decided, because I hadn't slept real well the night before, that I would book a day stay at a hotel. And initially, I was glad I did that. I was able to shower and change for my long-term flight, my long-haul flight, and get some rest. And I was only there till 6 in the evening, so I went back to the airport to catch my flight that was supposed to leave at about 10:30 in the evening. And right after I got all checked in and over to international side, they canceled my flight. And so the airport then put me up in a hotel for the night and gave me food vouchers. And if I'd known that, now I couldn't have known that, but had I known that, I wouldn't have booked the day stay. Anyway, now getting into when they canceled my flight, the regret I have there is that I took the hotel offer and went to the hotel. It wasn't that nice. There were really no food options. It was like after midnight. And so I couldn't use my food vouchers. And then oh, sorry. Something just happened to my computer here. Let me fix it. Okay. All right. So at any rate, I took them up on the offer, and I regret that because it would have been a lot more comfortable if I had just stayed where I was after security in the international side. They have more comfortable seating. There were a lot more food options, and they had places where you could actually lay down. And a lot of people just stayed, and I wish that I had. So I regret that. The other thing I did was I booked a welcome pickup, and that cost me about $45. I couldn't cancel it when I found out. I booked it too early to cancel. It was too late to cancel by the time I found out my flight was canceled. So I ate that $45. And I possibly could have, tried to get the airline to pay for that, but I didn't want to go through that battle. So I just took the loss. Also, $45, the Uber that I ended up taking when I got to Buenos Aires was half that price. So I don't know that I'd ever book a welcome pickup again anyway. I don't know. Maybe it would be worth it in some countries. I don't know. All right. So let's see. So then after they put me up in the hotel for the night, my flight was rescheduled for 6 in the morning. So I went back to the airport around 3 o'clock and they didn't open. They were supposed to open around 4. They didn't open until 5-ish. And so it was kind of uncomfortable. There's no comfortable seating, before you go through security. And I couldn't get into the lounge until 7:40 because I say 7:40. I forgot to mention that, I was supposed to catch a 6-hour flight. That was then canceled. So I could have stayed at the hotel longer. I always found these things out right after I had made a decision on something. Then they informed me my flight was rescheduled for 10:40. But then that meant I could get into the lounge at around 7:40. And so I was very hungry and very tired, but I waited it out because I didn't want to spend money at the airport when I could get into the lounge in a couple hours and get coffee and food for free. So the thing about the lounge access, it's 3 hours before your flight takes off. You can't get in before that. I don't know if that's every lounge around the world, but it was in Atlanta, in America anyway. And they wouldn't let me in 1 minute sooner, even though my flight had been canceled and changed. They don't care. But anyway, I finally did get in. But I think the timing is ridiculous because you have to board way before your flight leaves. They start boarding. And I honestly don't understand why they don't let you have lounge access for 3 hours before your flight boards, not when your flight takes off. So you don't get really that much time. Let's see. And it seems like other people have had a lot of time. I would like to know, actually, since I haven't flown internationally, before like this, if all lounges are like that. I've seen people go in and have a whole meal. They take a shower, they take naps. It's like, you can't do that in 3 hours or less, can you? Maybe you can. I don't know. But anyway, moving on. So the next one is, and this is just my experience in Argentina. I'm only speaking from that. But buying wine in the wine shops, it's still cheaper than in the US for sure. But it can be about 2 times less in the grocery store. So just be aware of that. Now this one's funny. I was sitting at an outdoor cafe. Yes, even though they smoke outdoors, it was a really nice night, and I decided to do that. And there was tango dancers and stuff like that, so it was kind of pleasant. And I ordered a cerveza, and they asked me if I wanted a large. And in America, if you order a large cerveza, it's 16 ounces. It wasn't 16 ounces; it was 1 liter. So that was quite a shock. So I learned my lesson there. I did not want a liter of beer. I had an enjoyable evening. Okay, let's see. The next one is it's minor, but it's getting more than I can comfortably carry at the grocery store because I went to the grocery store hungry and thirsty because you got to carry it all back in your own bags. So, okay. Now this one, I don't hope you can't hear, my neighbors are talking outside. Not paying enough attention when buying just a couple of items at the local produce stand. It should have been around $3 or $4 what I had purchased, and she wanted my debit card, not credit card. So I gave her my debit card, and my gut just said, no, just don't do this. Just walk away. And I didn't listen. And she charged me over $13. So she lost my future business. But, there's always people wherever you go that are going to take advantage if you're not paying attention. And if they know you don't speak the language, they may try to take advantage. At any rate, let's see. Excuse me. Most people have been very kind and understanding. Now, the next one, not so much. My warning is, at least in Argentina anyway, I would I would do this anywhere in the world now is do not take a large load of laundry to the laundromat the first time. Find out how it comes out first. I took like all my dirty clothes to a laundromat and trusted them. And the gentleman who took my laundry, charged me $15. When I tried a different laundry later, it was around 4,000 pesos, close to $4. So I know he overcharged me. He ruined 4 pairs of brand new socks, put holes in them. Same with 2 pairs of new underwear. I'd only worn these things once. And he damaged my brand new robe. And he also put a hole in one of my t-shirts. There was lint all over everything. My socks, my tees, and everything was covered in lint. And he didn't fold anything. He just threw it in bags. So I tried another laundry, and as I said, their cost was around 4,000 pesos, and they did a much better job, and they folded everything nicely, and nothing had holes in it, but it was still covered in lint. So I don't know. Now, the next one, and I had talked about this in my last video at the end. I said I was going to show you my walk home. And I'm working on that now, so I'll show that to you. But one of the places I stopped on the way home was a museum, and it was very beautiful. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. I'm a really strict rule follower, and I don't like being chastised. And I got chastised multiple times in the museum. I asked, as soon as I walked in, I asked if I could take pictures and if I could record, and they said absolutely. So I tried to be really careful. You can't use flash, of course, and apparently I used flash at some point and didn't realize it. So I got in trouble for that. Then what was the other one? My GoPro, the pole was extended, and they told me I couldn't extend it. So I was like, okay, I won't do that. And then the next time, I thought I was doing everything right, and they said, no, you actually, I guess I accidentally filmed people, if I understood them right. But that's the other thing. They would come up and tell me and then walk away, and I didn't understand them. So I had to get my translation on my phone and find them and say, what did I do wrong? I'm sorry, But it was a little embarrassing. I didn't go through the whole museum. I wanted to show you some things in there, and that'll be on my video. And I will go back. Hopefully I'll have time to go back and just not record anything, but just go through and enjoy it. But I was tired at that point, and it was pretty hot in there. So I left a little early. So I won't get in trouble next time. Okay, I went to a really great pizza place, and some of you will know it. It's La Guerin. I don't know if that's how you say it. I apologize if I mispronounced that, okay? But it's Guerrin, and they're famous for pizza here. And that's a really, really good pizza place. I loved it, and it's really popular. But there was a language miscommunication. I ordered 2 pieces, and they were large, and I couldn't finish them, so I wanted to take the leftovers home. And he thought I meant throw them away, as I found out later, because he didn't bring my leftovers. And I waited and waited, and finally I asked him, and he looked a little upset. And then he went and put something in a box, and I thought it was my leftovers, and it found out that apparently he had thrown them away. So he gave me 2 more huge slices of pizza. So I got 2 pieces of pizza for free. So I have to make up for that. I feel really bad about that. Because if he had just told me, I would have said, no, it's no problem. There wasn't that much left. I would have been fine and said, that's okay. But miscommunications are definitely going to happen, even if you have a translator, or translation on your phone. Okay, the other thing is I originally planned to stay in Buenos Aires for 3 months and maybe do day trips to Uruguay or, things like that. And it wasn't a mistake to book the Airbnb for 3 months, except that, deciding that at all. But I'm very happy with my Airbnb and my host and all of that, and the cost and everything. But then I changed my mind, and I didn't want to back out of part of the Airbnb time I just didn't think that would be very cool. So I changed my mind and decided I wanted to come here to Mendoza, where I am now, and also Bariloche. And I'm glad I decided to do that. But I just cost myself a little extra money. And I wouldn't do that again, probably. Not a lot, but I'm here for a week and I'll be in Bariloche for a little less than a week. But I'm still paying for the Airbnb in Buenos Aires, and now I'm paying for the week here, and then I'll be paying in Bariloche. And if I had thought it through a little better, I would have booked a month in Buenos Aires, a month in Mendoza, and a month in Bariloche, probably. All right. What else? Oh, and the last one is, I think I forgot something somewhere because, no, I didn't. Okay. Not having cash soon enough. And I talked about this in another video, but I didn't get cash for like the first week I was here because everyone was taking a credit card. Especially at a sit-down restaurant, you want to have cash for a tip because you don't always have the ability to add that like you do in the US. Once they run your card, you add the tip, write it in and on the receipt, and you don't do that here. They just run the total. So make sure that you have cash because it's not cool to walk away and not tip them. At least here in Argentina, they do take tips. And I have, however, in the last week or so, I've had a couple people, a couple different locations that I went to for coffee or whatever, that did ask. In fact, one that I went to here for breakfast, they said, do you want to add the tip when they were running my card? And I said, oh, sure, great, yes, definitely, even though I had cash. So, but they don't always. So just be aware of that. So I hope some of those help some of you, anybody anyway. And if you have anything to add, just let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching. And I have something really special coming up from Mendoza in the future. You'll love it. Thanks for watching. Bye.
What? Okay. Well, we don't have, I don't know. Okay. Stop.
Okay, testing volume. Okay, testing volume. Not sure what the echo is about. Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new here and, okay, testing again. Just making sure my mic's on. Okay, we're just doing a mic test again to see. Welcome to my channel.